Hello everyone, and welcome to Life of Pain. Today we'll be making a matcha green tea cake. First, let's go ahead and sift our dry ingredients into a bowl. The full recipe is in the description box below, along with oven baking instructions, so make sure you check the oven baking section. And you want to just whisk it to combine the ingredients. I am cracking my eggs into my mixing bowl, and then using my cleaned hands to fish out the egg yolks. In a small mixing bowl, whisk the egg yolk batter. Oops, I forgot my vanilla. Make sure your eggs are at room temperature, or it will take a lot longer to get stiff peak. And you want to beat this for about 1 minute. And then gradually add the sugar in thirds, beating about 1 minute between each add. And mix this until you get a stiff peak. Now, add your yolk batter into your dry ingredient and mix it for about 1 minute. Oh, and don't reverse mix like I just did here. One of you, my viewer, had said that mixing in different direction causes bubbles. And I have a bad habit mixing in various directions. So only mix in one direction. Now gradually fold in your egg whites in thirds. And here's my bad habit again. One of you also told me that you should fold in the egg whites with a spatula. So let's switch over to a spatula. And you want to slowly and gently fold this in. Scraping the sides and the bottom as well. Do not overmix or you'll get bubbles also. Now line your pot or pan, but do not grease it. And due to my bad habit of reverse mixing, I got lots of bubbles. I must have tapped about 30 times to try and get rid of the bubbles. Oh well. Because this batter is so thick and filled to my max line, this cake did take a while to bake. It took 2 hours and 30 minutes. If that's too long for you, you can halve the recipe or just wait out because the outcome is well worth it. This is after the 5th cycle, which is 2 hours and 30 minutes later. And there are still a bit of batter on my chopstick, but it's not wet, so I'm gonna call it done. I love hearing from you, so please comment below, even just to say hi. If you do make any of my recipe, I would love to see them. You can email me or upload them into my rice cooker Facebook page or tag me in any of these social media sites at Rice Cooker Baking. I did not intend to make a sponge cake, but it sure looked like it, doesn't it? It's super moist, yet a bit spongy. The texture is somewhere between a regular cake and a sponge cake. It's still super moist and delicious. You can eat it plain like this, or dust it with more matcha powder. No one in my family liked green tea, so I had this cake to myself. And I love matcha green tea cake. I hope you will try this recipe. So until next Saturday, happy baking in your rice cooker. This cake is at a 2 sweet tooth sweetness level. If you are new to baking in your rice cooker, there are a few important reminders to keep in mind. Recipes with 1 cup to 1.5 cups of flour is best for minimal baking time. Depending on your rice cooker, it will probably stay on cook for about 5 minutes, and then it's gonna go into the warm status. And this is completely normal. When baking, there's not much liquid, and so the rice cooker must go into this warm status to prevent it from overheating. But you don't have to worry. Your baked good is still baking in this warm state. Since we do have to come back and push that cook button again, set a timer for 30 minutes, and when the timer goes off, just press that cook button and then set another timer. Now, if you press that cook button and it will not go into a cook but keeps staying on warm, that just means it needs more time to cool off, so just let it sit for another 10 minutes and try again. And you do have to repeat this bake process until your cake is done. Try not to open your rice cooker until after the second or third bake cycle because we do want to keep that warm air inside the rice cooker to continue to bake your cake. And to test whether your cake is done or not, just use a chopstick, toothpick, skewer or knife, insert it into the center, and if it comes out clean without any wet batter, then your cake is done. Hey, you made it to the end. That must mean you like it, right? And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click that notification bell, that way you know when I upload new videos. And it would mean so much to me if you could share my channel, my videos with your friends and families, and ask them to subscribe as well. And I should hope that you will come back and watch more videos. But until next time, happy baking!